Hello, this is Skyrim Dons again. I'm here with another video. This video is completely dedicated to lag, what causes it, how to fix it, blah blah blah. And so I'm going to be covering sort of four or five main points. So might not be the longest of videos, but it'll probably help you out if you haven't got the best PC in the world like I have. Let me just pop up the specs. There we are. Yeah, just an Intel Core 2, not the greatest processor, but it does the job. Just a 440, nothing special, just general £500 office PC, not built too much for gaming. Yeah, it does the job, as I say. So going on to the first main thing, details. So just pop over to your Skyrim directory and then it'll be here. Ignore all that for now. That won't be there, obviously. But yeah, just pop over to Skyrim launcher, options. So the first thing you'll see is this, obviously. The graphics adapter. It will usually be saying your graphics card name, so it will be saying NVIDIA, GeForce, GT440. But as I got an EMB, I'll get onto that later. It says EMB. And so the resolution, so the higher the resolution, the more performance loss, but the better your game looks. As I'm using the EMB and I'm sort of the console guy, I like it on 1366 instead of 1080, obviously, because that I can run it without any EMBs, but I'm not too liking the game without any graphics mod. I think it's ugly, I think it's drab, so yeah, I keep on that, but it's personal preference, as I say, depending what your rig is like. The more the samples, the less the performance, but the better your game's going to look. AF and AA, they're pretty, yeah. They like, it's really hard to explain. Just look it up if you don't know what it does, but it does make your game look better. So on Skyrim details and stuff, the higher the option, obviously the less performance, so I like to keep my texture on high because I like my textures. Radio blur quality, not sure what that is, but the higher it looks better, but choose up performance as well, so I like to get on low. Shadow definitely on low, as a must for me, might be not for other people, but definitely on low because that really does chew up performance. Decal quantity just on medium, sometimes high if I'm not running an EMB. Yeah, just reflections, pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so on here there's the fade, so the further you go away from something, you're not going to see it if you put it on a certain fade. So if you put it all the way up here, it's going to take quite a long time for you to not see the thing you're looking at. So the more to the right, the more performance loss, but the more you're gonna obviously see, and it's gonna look better. So yeah, that's obviously pretty self-explanatory. Okay, right, getting on to the EMBs. So this is just the D3D9.dll. You get it with all EMBs. Well, most of the time you've got to install it off the EMB website, but this is just the sort of thing that actually puts into the game. Without this, EMBs won't work. That's the effect that does all the thing. Yeah, you don't really need to worry about that except this. So this is the main like file that configures all your settings of the EMB. Oh yeah, EMBs are basically making your game look awesome, but with a massive performance in it. Well, not massive, depends what EMB you use, depends what settings you put in it and whatnot. So post-processing, I just keep that on false, don't really know what that is, but yeah. Bloom, true, because if you turn it off, then your game is gonna be really dark and it's gonna look horrible, so keep it on. Adaption on. Detailed shadow, choose a performance, so I keep that off because I don't really care about shadows. I might completely turn them off. Ambient Occlusion makes your game look even better, but also with a big performance there. Same with depth of field, you look at something, the edge of it blurs out. Don't know what use original objects processing is, but I just keep it on false. This is all the complicated stuff. You can fiddle with this around, experiment like I have, but yeah, and then that's about it. These are just the effects and stuff. And so the next thing, right, so when you're actually in Skyrim, like playing it, if you go into Whiterun, you'll notice you'll have a less frame rate than say you're in the middle of a forest by like Windhelm or something, even though there isn't any forest by Windhelm, but you get the picture. Because there's more things for your computer to render on the screen, so there's more people moving, there's more buildings, there's more textures, there's more detail, there's more blah blah blah, and so that takes up quite a lot more performance, but you can't really change that unless you like delete a load of stuff, but I wouldn't advise doing that, so just don't worry about that. That's just general game sort of thing. And so yeah, you can get mods that add loads of stuff, trees and all that. That decreases performance a little bit, but depends how many things they put in the game, obviously. So if it's like loads and loads of trees, loads and loads of more people, a bit more houses, then it's going to decrease performance by a little bit. But yeah, as I said, and last thing I'm going to get onto, because this video is getting pretty long, is boosters. So boosters increase your performance, but usually with a pretty bad hit. So I just go on Google here, go on Skyrim Nexus, and type in just boost. So this one, where is it? Sky boost, that basic, I don't know how it works, but it boosts your FPS when you're in like cities, as I said, and stuff. And but this doesn't work with most people's Skyrims because no one really has a Skyrim that's that old, so that's pretty useless now. Unfortunately, Alexander hasn't updated it, which is annoying. This one works, but it decreases your frame rate when you're standing still, but increases it when you're moving about. And plus, it like pixelate your screen when you're moving about. That's how it ups the frame rate. So I wouldn't really advise that, but yeah, it's alright. And then as you can just, I have that at the moment. It boosts it by about 3 FPS, 5 if you're lucky. So I just use that just as a little boost. But yeah, you can obviously experiment and stuff and see. So yeah, if you want really good performance, no EMB details, but as I said, it all depends on your rig. So if you've got a really good rig, then you can run all the EMBs you want, all the details you want, blah blah blah, make your game look awesome. Or if you haven't, like me, just keep it alright, like change the resolution. So experiment. Just get back to me, post your problems in the comment section like you did last time, and I'll definitely get back to you. I'm not like those YouTubers that just like leave their comments, because yeah. Anyway, see you next episode.